Hello, my friend, and welcome back. Today's Monday, and I want to do a little card pull and see what kind of message the universe has for us today. So I'm wrestling with a band-aid. Ooh, okay. So we've pulled this card before, and this is talking about where do you need to establish better boundaries. It's the boundaries card, and I love this card. And you know what I never noticed about this card that I'm noticing today is if you can see, look at all of these hands kind of reaching out to this woman. And sometimes life can really feel like that. Sometimes you can really feel as though you are being asked a lot of, or a lot of people are reaching out to you and needing a lot from you, or wanting a lot from you, or being attracted to you in a needy way. And this can be really overwhelming at times, but honestly, I think that this can be kind of sneaky because as you develop your spirituality and you realize, that you want to be a better and better person, a kinder and kinder person, and that you are here to live a life of service, a lot of times or sometimes you can get wrapped up in wanting to serve and wanting to help and wanting to do for others that you might forget that you also need to be serving yourself and that it is okay to draw boundaries. And sometimes you might not even realize that you need boundaries drawn. But that is why having a time of reflection during your day is really important. It is so important because that is the time that you're going to be able to become aware of the fact of maybe you're giving too much right now, or you're not servicing yourself enough. And it is through those times of reflection and bringing that awareness to that we are going to be able to kind of course correct, and that you are going to be able to then pick and choose, the people that you want to serve, or, if people are asking a lot for you, the asks that you are going to be able to answer. Because it is okay to not answer every ask that is asked of you. And doesn't mean that you don't respond or you ignore, but you can then politely say, I'm sorry, I'm not able to help you right now. I cannot give that to you right now. I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I have a lot of other things on my plate right now. And it is okay to say things kindly. I think that sometimes in spirituality, you're told to stand up for yourself and telling people F you, like you're asking this of me, I'm drawing a boundary and I'm not going to do this because I need to serve myself. I think that there's always a kind way to go about it. And I believe that the kinder you are in going about turning away an ask, I think that it is going to be met with a kinder reaction. If someone is asking, hey, can you help me with this? And you're like, I'm drawing a boundary. No, I can't help you. You just are a taker, taker, taker. So I'm not going to help you. What is the reaction you're going to get from that? It's probably going to be a defensive reaction because that person is just asking you for some help. And say hi to Lorenzo. They're just asking you for some help, and it's not exactly warranting, even if they're asking you from a selfish place or a take place, because a lot of people are those kinds of people. They take and take and it's just inch and inch and inch, more. But remember that a lot of those people are doing that from an unawakened place, and they are out of their mind. They are coming out of their mind, and their ego is just telling them to get more and more and more. So we really want to come from a place of compassion when we are turning them down. But it doesn't mean that you do it for them. It just means that you have to have a little bit more kindness and compassion when you're saying no. So if you were to take that same situation and someone is asking something of you and you just say, I am so sorry, I think a lot of people don't want you to apologize, but it does put a nice buffer on things. Just say, I would love to help you, but I am extremely busy right now. I'm sorry, I just do not have the time. Or I'm sorry, I do not have the energy to help you right now. I'm not going to be able to help you in the way that I would like to help you. And I just don't want to half-ass help you. If I'm going to commit to this, I want to be able to fully commit, and I cannot fully commit right now. That's all you have to say is, I cannot fully commit right now. And I think that you will find that you might be met with a much kinder reaction instead of a defensive reaction. I think that you might find that you might be met with maybe a more of an understanding reaction, And I believe that people always appreciate kindness. Maybe not so much like kind gestures that you do, but when you meet someone directly with kindness, I believe that most of the time you will get a much kinder reaction from them than if you were to meet them with a harsher reaction. I believe in any situation that it is best to be kind. And even if you believe that your lines are being crossed, your boundaries are being crossed, it is okay to stand up for yourself, but you always want to come from that place of kindness and compassion. Because if you think of one of the greatest human examples we have ever had, possibly the greatest example of a human would be Jesus Christ. Think about how he reacted to people. Think about what he did. And no, you don't have to be a martyr and you don't have to lay down and just let things happen. Jesus was in a little bit of a different position. But if you take even before that, how he acted towards people, and even how he acted towards people who wronged him, even before, the whole Easter thing, the whole crucifixion thing. Even if you think about how he acted towards people before then, it was always with kindness and compassion. But Jesus, with the exception of his crucifixion, also had boundaries, and he didn't let people walk all over him. When he wanted to go and pray and connect, that is what he did. When he was on a journey, that is where he was going. He, of course, stopped and helped people because that is what he was here to do. But if you take some of those characteristics and you can pull them into your life, and think about how Jesus would handle, say Jesus was going somewhere and he could not help someone, how would he handle that? How would he tell them? He would want you to meet them with kindness, the kindness and compassion that you would want to show yourself, that you would want to show your best friend, that you would want to show your partner or someone that you absolutely adore and have unconditional love for. Because remember, at a deep level, we are all the divine, and the divine is nothing but unconditional love. So you want to be meeting people with that same unconditional love. But remember, at the same time, you are showing that unconditional love to yourself. So sometimes, saying no and drawing boundaries and saying no to some of these asks, some of these hands that are reaching out to you, is showing that unconditional love to yourself. And that is okay, but like everything else in life, it is that balance. You don't want to be only service to self. We are here to really learn to be service to others, but while maintaining that service to self, but maintaining, you know, yourself. You don't want to lose yourself, you know, being that little bit of self first, putting on that oxygen mask first is how you are going to best serve others. And we have to remember that. So, drawing boundaries, drawing boundaries is very important. And like we talked about earlier, reflection does wonders for understanding where you might need to be drawing a few more boundaries, where you might be needing to say no right now, or where you might be needing to say, like, I'm sorry, but I don't have the energy, you know, I need to take this time to focus on myself. And putting yourself first and turning down an ask is not selfish, it is self first, because you are not able to serve people if you are not able to serve yourself. Because everything comes from within. That inner world comes from within. And remember, we are vibrational beings, and we also get momentum. So sometimes when we are in the momentum of giving, it is easy just to keep giving and giving and giving. But what you don't realize is you might be draining your cup and you don't even realize it, because you are so caught up in the momentum of wanting to be kind and wanting to be giving and wanting to be serving. But it is okay, and this card is telling us it is okay to draw those boundaries. We are in a very unprecedented time right now. So our alone time, our time to center ourselves, our time of reflection, our time of meditation, our time of keeping our vibration high is so important right now, more important than it has ever been. So, with that said, I encourage you to have some reflection time, you know. If you are seeing this video, this might mean that you might need to, you know, set better boundaries, establish better boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? And it can also be in places that you might not think of. This video mainly focused on people asking things of you, but there are a lot of other places that you might need to set energetic boundaries. If you are having dreams where you are being like pursued or attacked, you need better energetic boundaries. If you are feeling drained going into public places, or after, you know, maybe scrolling the internet or something like that, you need better energetic boundaries. If you feel that you are on a roller coaster of emotions and you don't exactly feel that those emotions are coming from your inner work, your inner self, that they might be coming from emotions that you might be picking up from the collective or people around you, you need better boundaries. You need to establish better energetic boundaries, because I mean, everything is energy and everything is an energetic boundary. But for the sake of this video, you know, there are physical boundaries of, no, I won't do this, you know, telling people. But there are also energetic boundaries, because we are energetic beings and there is energy all around us. Remember, we see a very small spectrum of what energy is truly around us. So, establishing better energetic boundaries can help with a lot of those things. And you might not even realize that those things, like those crazy dreams where you are being kidnapped or pursued or attacked, that is a sign that you need better energetic boundaries. But it is, you know, it's hard to kind of realize these things, and I didn't realize these things until someone told me. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you, you know, things like that, feeling emotional, feeling drained, those mean that you need better energetic boundaries, and this video is your sign to set them. If you want to know exactly how to set those energetic boundaries, go back and watch my videos on shielding your energy. I go in depth into everything that I do personally and other things that might work for you, because just because it works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. So that is our message for today. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Anne, and I hope to see you tomorrow.